headlines in politics, sports and global affairs. From the corridors of power to the football pitches of Europe and the unfolding stories shaping our world, we bring you the headlines that matter most. Stay tuned as we dive into today's top stories, beginning with the headlines. Senate bows to pressure, adopts resolution to allow electronic transmission of election results, but omits the phrase real time. Foreign Minister Nenadi Usman takes over National Secretariat over Labour Party in Abuja. United States government listed 97 Nigerians for deportation over immigration infrastructure. And now in details. After days of protest and debate, the Nigerian Senate has today adopted provisions for both electronic and manual transmission of election results in the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2026. The decision was announced at plenary in Abuja following condemnations and protests over attempts to omit electronic transmission in the ongoing amendment of the Electoral Act 2022. Also, the Senate members to work with the House of Representatives on the Electoral Act amendment. Senate President Abeokuta announced that members of the committee amid intense national debate over electoral reforms during an emergency plenary session. The committee will work closely with its House counterparts to resolve differences in proposed amendments and ensure a unified bill is passed. And in party politics, former Minister of Finance Nenadi Usman has assumed control of the Labour Party National Secretariat in Abuja amid heavy security presence, deepening tensions within the party's leadership ranks. Armed police officers and private security operatives were stationed around the Secretariat as Usman arrived with her supporters to formally take charge. The Labour Party has emerged as key opposition force in Nigeria's political landscape, but internal divisions threaten its cohesion. Usman's takeover and the heavy security that accompanied it underscore the intensity of the battle for control of the party's machinery. For now, the LP Secretariat remains under tight guard, with coming days expected to determine whether the takeover will be recognized or challenged in court.
Yes. The chairman.
And insecurity. Residents of abandoned community in the Kwande local government area of BENUE State are asking for improved security following fresh violence which has left several people dead. We'll have more on the story in our next report.
Fresh violence has struck Kabande, a remote border community in Kwande local government area of BENUE State, leaving residents once again counting their losses. Separated by rough terrain and limited road access, Abande remains one of the most vulnerable communities in the area. Residents say the difficult geography has repeatedly slowed emergency response during attacks, the latest leaving several people dead and properties destroyed. While security authorities have released an official casualty figure, locals insist the community losses are higher.
If we have good roads, this thing would have not happened the way it is. You understand? So I want to remind our Papa, which is our governor, to ensure that this road is constructed immediately this year.
This is the 14 years. The number of people they have been killing I cannot count, but this recent one, we lost about 17 lives.
I want to assure the good people of Abande that their lives and property will be adequately secured.
The issue of insecurity in BENUE State is beyond social media, as they are writing a lot of things on air.
For the people of Abande, they say lasting peace now depends on sustained security presence and urgent government intervention to prevent further attacks in the troubled border community.
From security to infrastructure, the Lagos State government has announced a 4-week partial closure of the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway to allow for urgent repair works on the busy route. The closure, which begins on February 12, 2026, will affect sections of the expressway between Yanopaja and Abulegba, one of the most congested corridors linking Lagos to Ogun State. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, says it has deployed personnel to manage diversions and minimize gridlock. Motorists are advised to use Agege Motor Road, Ikorodu Road, and the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway as alternatives during the repair period. With energy, particularly power supply, remaining one of Nigeria's major challenges, DMCA Energy Nigeria Limited has rolled out its principle of converted regenerative device, a sustainable and renewable energy solution designed to guarantee uninterrupted electricity supply to subscribers for up to 35 years at a lower tariff. Speaking at a joint press briefing with the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, and DCMA on Energy Solutions, the Chief Executive Officer and inventor of DMCA Energy Nigeria Limited, Amadi Christopher, explained that the PCRD is aimed at bridging Nigeria's energy gap, focusing on improving power delivery across critical industries, as well as rural and urban communities nationwide. There's more in this report, monitored by our correspondent, Oluwarotimi Ogunniyi.
The epileptic nature of power supply, high cost, and unreliable electricity continues to affect households, manufacturers, and businesses across Nigeria. To address this challenge, DMCA Energy Nigeria Limited has introduced its principle of converted regenerative device, PCRD, which it says could ease the country's electricity crisis. Briefing journalists in Lagos, the Chief Executive Officer and inventor of the PCRD, Christopher Amadi, says the machine runs on hydraulic liquid, stressing that it can generate between 5 kilowatts and 10,000 megawatts of power, depending on users' needs. He adds that 100 units are currently available and will be allocated to first 100 subscribers who signed a power purchase agreement, claiming the project would operate on a post-paid model, with users enjoying 30 days of uninterrupted electricity before payment.
DMCA is taking the responsibility of generating this power, bringing it to your doorstep. You use it, and we are saying we are practicing what we call a postpaid. Postpaid means that for the first 30 days, we are going to experience uninterrupted power, because we want you to also prove us that what we are saying is what we are doing. So if our energy could succeed 30 days, that is to say we can make it work for 1 year. We can make it work for 30 years. So for now, we are not after money. We are not asking anybody to pay 1 naira. So we don't need your financial deposits. We don't need your financial involvement. All we need is come to our office to just register. So the moment you register with us, we'll give you what we call a PPA, Power Purchase Agreement, to sign. And in that agreement, we are going to agree on a price. When we give you this power, we are going to make sure that you don't have need for power maintenance. The responsibility is on DMCA.
Meanwhile, the president of the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NASIMA, Jamil Ibrahim, is calling for more affordable and reliable power for manufacturers, saying unstable electricity continues to limit productivity and competitiveness.
NASIMA will take up, so then it may even further reinforce what I say. And I don't also think that it should be that much in a hurry. For some, you have started since 2001, and then 2009, and finally 2019. If it is something that can happen, like we said, is available, let us work with NASIMA. We go through. If a statement comes from NASIMA, then you know that you are quite well covered. You are covered. So please give us that opportunity to do so. The DG you have met, he is also here. Let us proof of concept, and then we will now be talking not only to Lagos, but we'll be able to talk to the whole country and also to West Africa.
Similarly, the Director General of NASIMA, Olushola Obadimu, reaffirms the association's commitment to supporting business growth and economic expansion.
Any alternative that will, bring the cost down, particularly the cost of energy, is welcome. And if this alternative has been verified, we will be excited by it, and we will encourage it. And if that is the case, we will encourage our members to adopt it. That's it. Anything that will enhance efficiency, energy-wise, will be acceptable and encouraged by us. That's a fact.
Stakeholders says improved power supply remains key to driving industrial growth and economic development in Nigeria, expressing optimism that this effort is a welcome solution. Oluwarotimi Ogoniyi, African News 24 TV.
The United States government has listed 18 Nigerians for deportation from the country, in addition to 79 others earlier earmarked, bringing the total number of those to be deported to 97. This was announced via a statement published on the website of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security on Monday. The DHS noted that the arrests were part of a coordinated crackdown across several U.S. states carried out by immigration and customs enforcement officials. The DHS said the new names were added as part of an expanded nationwide enforcement operation targeting immigrants convicted of serious crimes, adding that this was done under what he described as its worst of its worst criminal immigrants program. Let's go on a short break. When we return, we'll tell you how many jobs the Lagos Agripreneurship program has generated. Stay with us. Welcome to business. The Lagos State government has announced that its Lagos Agripreneurship program has helped generate more than 15,000 jobs. The program is a youth-focused agricultural initiative aimed at equipping young people between 18 to 30 years with modern farming and agri business skills through training, internships, and mentorship. Officials said the program helps participants learn real agricultural and food system skills, empowers them to start or grow their own businesses, and contribute to food security and economic opportunities in the state. Nigeria's Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Oyetola, has called on the National Inland Waterways authorities to leverage system integrity to boost revenue generation. He was speaking at a recent workshop in Abuja. Oyetola emphasized that transparency, accountability, and efficient management are critical for the authority to maximize its earnings and fulfill its mandates. The minister also highlighted the importance of technology adoption and reducing leakages, noting that a robust system will not only improve revenue, but also strengthen public trust in NIWA's operations. And in foreign news, Kenya says it will confront Russia over the unacceptable use of Kenyan nationals in military operations, following reports that citizens were recruited to fight in Ukraine. The government condemned the actions, calling them a violation of international law and a threat to its citizens' safety. Officials confirmed they are seeking urgent explanations from Moscow and have demanded that all Kenyan nationals be immediately withdrawn from combat zones. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs emphasized that Kenya will protect its citizens wherever they are and hold responsible parties accountable. And in the Middle East, Israeli airstrikes across Gaza have killed at least 7 Palestinians, as the military targeted multiple locations, including residential areas and sites linked to militants. Authorities report dozens more were injured, heightening fears of further escalation in the region. The attacks come amid ongoing tensions between Israel and Palestinian groups, with both sides exchanging fire in recent days. Civilians have borne the brunt of the violence, prompting calls from human rights organizations for immediate restraints. Welcome to sports. Liverpool boss Arne Slot says this season is the toughest he has had as a manager by a mile, and his side are not performing to Liverpool's standards. Defeat by Manchester City on Sunday leaves the Premier League champions 6th in the table, 4 points behind 5th place Chelsea. Slot replaced Jurgen Klopp as Red Bulls in June 2024 and led the club to a record-equaling 20th top-flight title in his first season in charge. However, they have struggled this term despite spending almost £450 million on new signings in the summer, including a British record £125 million for Alexander Isak. Liverpool have won 11, drawn 6, and lost 8 games in the league so far in 2025-2026. Olympic finalist Chukwuebuka Enekwechi has finished 5th at the Madrid World Indoor Tour, recording a throw of 20.38 meters in the men's shot put against a world-class field. The Nigerian record holder competed strongly in an event that saw several elite athletes post early season marks beyond the 21-meter barrier, highlighting the growing intensity of the indoor circuit. American Jordan Geist won the event, equaling his world-leading mark of 22.04 meters. Jamaica's Rajendra Campbell placed second with a throw of 21.94 meters, while fellow American Roger Steen finished third at 21.88 meters. Despite missing the podium, Enekwechi's performance reflects steady progress as he builds form ahead of major competitions later in the season. In entertainment, Gambian actress and social media personality Princess Shingo has sparked online debate after stating that women in marriages or committed relationships should not struggle financially. The actress made these remarks on her Instagram page, where she argued that women with partners are expected to receive financial support and should not be experiencing hardship. Shingo expressed frustration over messages she received from women requesting financial assistance, noting that many of them are either married or in relationships. She questioned why such women would seek help outside their relationships. She added that financial struggle should not be associated with women who are married, engaged, or in committed relationships, contrasting this with single women who, according to her, work hard daily without the support of a partner.
People that beg me on social media are either married women or women with a man. Are you not ashamed of yourself? You're coming to beg single women? And you people are the same people that will go online and say, go and find a husband. Nobody wants to marry you. Nobody wants to nobody wants to You carry marriage, man, carry for head like World Cup. Now you're on the single girls' DMs. They beg us for money. Why are you cursed? Struggling is for single women like us.
Nollywood actor Kunle Afod has continued to mourn the death of his colleague Auntie Ajara, describing her passing as difficult to come to terms with. Auntie Ajara, whose real name is Lasisi Ajarat Morenikeji, passed away on February 5, 2026 after a prolonged illness. She was buried according to Islamic rites and was 27 years old at the time of her death. Expressing his grief in an emotional message, Afod said her death still feels unreal, adding that she would remain in their hearts forever. He also announced plans for an 8-day Fidal prayer in her honor. According to him, the Fidal prayer for the late actress will be held on February 12, 2026, as family, friends, and colleagues gather to pray for the peaceful repose of her soul. Auntie Ajara was a Yoruba actress known for her roles in several movies and was regarded as a promising talent in the industry. And that's all we can take for now. For continuous coverage and breaking updates, visit africanews24.ng and connect with us across all social media platforms. I'm Mary Adam. Thank you for your company. Good evening.